What's up, guys? I'm here with my Tacoma once more because I am tired of my exhaust. As you may have known from one of my other videos from way back, I put an MBRP exhaust on my Tacoma and then eventually actually chopped it over the back axle. There she is right there, you can see it. And I am just really tired of the sound. I initially liked it, but as I've driven the truck year in and year out here, the sound has just gotten to be a little bit too much for me. And so this bad boy was dropped off yesterday. This is a Borla S exhaust. I'm gonna unbox it, show you guys what comes in here, and then we're gonna throw it on the truck. I'm hoping that this exhaust will be a little bit quieter. Like I said, I put the MBRP 3-inch catback on my truck because I wanted a little bit more sound and was hoping for a little bit of performance gain. But in reality, with that exhaust, I actually sacrificed a little bit of low-end torque in order to get a little higher end push. But with the Tacoma, you're talking about a truck that you're going to be driving at about 2,500 to 3,000 RPMs, even on the highway. So unless you're racing your truck, you really don't need a giant fat exhaust because you're actually going to lose some torque and horsepower on the low end. And you're also going to lose some gas mileage too because your car is going to be struggling to get up to speed around town and stuff if you think like starting and stopping at traffic lights and whatever. So keep that in mind when you go exhaust shopping. Also the sound, the Borla has a little bit more sound than your stock Tacoma exhaust, which is pretty much quiet. I do like a little bit of rumble, but the MBRP definitely drones on the highway. And even around town, it can be a bit much. So at this point, I'm over it. It was fun for a little bit, but I'm ready to go back to something that's just a little bit quieter. If you're interested in the MBRP 3-inch catback exhaust, I'll link my other video down here. And you're welcome to go and take a listen to it and see what it sounds like. Like I said, that one does drone on the highway, and I sound deadened my cab, and even with that, it still makes a drone. When I am all packed up and we're going overlanding, camping, whatever, we're carrying a rooftop tent and awning a dog, a wife, all of that stuff. The engine struggles a little bit just with that load, and the exhaust gets louder and louder, especially on the highway. When we're cruising at like 70, I don't even drive that fast. But even cruising like 70 down the highway with all of our camping gear, it gets loud and it gets annoying, especially when you're going for trips where it's going to be like 4, 5, 8 hours on the road. I just managed to wrestle the old MBRP exhaust out. I had 2 seized bolts. I had to drill through that thing, and this took me over 2 days to get through this. And so here's why I actually don't like this exhaust. If you look at it, that muffler is absolutely tiny. It says there's a chambered louvered design or something in there that's supposed to stop it from making fart cannon noises, but I mean, if you look at this thing, it's too damn small, and also all of the welds are corroding and cracking. I've only had this on my truck for 2 years, maybe 2.5. So out with the old, in with the Borla. The Borla S-type exhaust comes extremely well packaged in all this awesome packaging foam, and the reason I'm going with it is because this is stainless steel. Living in the Northeast, you have to deal with salt and corrosion, and especially with all the beach driving that I do, I kind of double dip in the corrosion department, and that's why my MBRP exhaust looks like that. Even though they had said it wouldn't, all of the bolts, all of the little facets on the flanges and stuff completely rusted and seized up, and it just looks like hell, but that's what happens. It's all part of the fun. Let's do a quick comparison between the Borla muffler and the MBRP muffler. I think the quality of the welds on the Borla are a whole lot better. You can see on the seams on the muffler here, they used a whole lot less filler than what was used here. And I just think it speaks to the quality of the workmanship. Again, I did go with stainless steel as well, so this should definitely hold up a lot better than my MBRP exhaust did. So I was looking for spare hardware, and it looks like Borla throws in a free hat. That alone makes this exhaust worthwhile. I mean, check that out. I would pay for that by itself. So what I would do is do yourself a favor and get some stainless steel hardware for when you put your new exhaust on. Even if you don't go with a Borla, just get stainless steel hardware, so that way you avoid bolts seizing up and stuff and can avoid the situation I just had. And then as you're putting this on, don't tighten anything down until you have the entire thing hanging on here. Because even though these things are made to spec, every truck is a little different. And you're gonna have to adjust these. Like, for example, you can slide this piece further back or further in. depending on what you need. So like you can see, this is just hanging loose right here. And then eventually I'll tighten that down. And it's much easier to put it in piece by piece versus assembling the whole thing and then trying to shove it in here. So like I don't have the back part on yet, the actual exhaust portion yet. So I will tighten these down to the flanges first. I'll do that and then do the rest of it. All right, so she is installed. You can kind of see it there. And it runs over the back wheel just like the stock exhaust, and then it comes with that bad boy. I had chopped my MBRP exhaust over my back axle since I have a high clearance bumper. So it's kind of weird to have that thing hanging down. But this actually looks pretty nice. It's a polished black tip. And now I'm going to start it up and we're going to see what it sounds like. Remote start for the win. Standing about 3 feet away. All right, so I immediately notice it definitely has a little bit of rumble, but it's nothing nearly as bad as the MBRP. You'll get that throaty sound for sure. I'll shut it off so I can actually talk. Actually, I'll shut up and let you guys hear it. So very quiet at idle, that's good. Looks awesome back there. I'll get the back shot here. That's how she sticks out. It is a welded on tip. And sounds pretty good. It's just a very, very subtle rumble. Not nearly as obnoxious as the MBRP was, so that's really nice.